thumbs up. Okay. All right. Fantastic. Fantastic. I want to say thank you to everybody that is currently on the call. We're still looking to getting more people into the session. But before that, we're going to kick start the session. We like to keep to time. So we are going to be starting right away. Okay, and we're going to be discussing something very interesting in today's session. Something very interesting, something, everybody is usually, I think one of the most asked questions also is people ask, questions around this same question every single time. The question comes up every single time, and that's what I'll be explaining in today's session. So, um, I just want to confirm if this is the first time you're attending any of our session, please could you just put a one in the chat. If this is your first ever diary session, please I want you to put a one in the chat. If this is your first time attending any of our session, please I will want you to put a one in the chat. Okay. All right, fantastic. Okay, Emmanuel, welcome on board. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, and we have more people. Okay, we still have a lot of people giving me the thumbs up. Okay, that's good. That's good. We have quite a number of newcomers in the house. So, today's session is going to be about 1 hour, 30 minutes maximum. Ridiculous. I would say about 1 hour, 30 minutes at the maximum. All right. So you've gone to work, you've had a long day. I'm not going to be the one to take the whole of the time in today's session. So welcome to our tech career session. Okay. And what we'll be discussing in today's session is data analyst, data scientist, and data engineer. What are the difference between this career path and which one suits you the best? Which one suits you the best? So you see, when you're looking to transition into the tech space, majority of the time, what most people don't take into consideration is the type of person that you are. The type of person that you are plays a crucial role in the kind of career path that you're going into, if you will be successful or not successful. So, and those are the things that we're going to be discussing in today's session. So, if you're looking to become a data analyst, fantastic, we'll discuss it extensively. If you're looking to become a data scientist, also we'll discuss that, extensively. And the same thing, data engineering, we are going to discuss that extensively. Now, what key difference and which is the right career for you? Everything is going to be explored in today's session. Now, let's jump straight into it. For the people that are just hearing of Amdari for the first time, I'm pretty sure you're wondering, what is Amdari? What are we out to achieve? And I'll put it in very simple words without reading my slides. So, and I'll use everybody that looked at transitioning to the tech space. I would use your experience. I would use your personal experience to buttress why we started what we're doing at the moment. So you see, anytime if you're looking to transition into a new career, so you're looking to get into data analytics, you're looking to get into data science, or looking to get into data engineering, when you start applying for these jobs, what would happen? Majority of these jobs will require you to have work experience. Okay, so I mean, you just started learning Excel, Power BI, Tableau, Python, you're learning SQL, you're learning AWS, you're learning Azure, you're learning all these technical skills. All right, you have like 10 courses that you bought on Udemy, you have like 70, 70 YouTube influencers that you're following, that you're working on projects, you are learning everything, you're learning different technologies and so on. But you find out that when you're looking to apply for a job, nobody's asking you how many trainings have you attended. Has anybody have you seen the job description where they say that, put in the total number of training attended, and that's one of the major criteria they're going to use to give you the job? It doesn't work that way. Okay, majority of these jobs that are trying to apply for, they don't even really care about the certificate. Has anybody noticed this? Give me a thumbs up if you've noticed that majority of the jobs that you're even applying for at the moment barely have certificates in there. Give me a thumbs up if you've been witnessing this in recent times. Fantastic, I can see that. So you see, majority of the jobs that you're seeing at the moment don't even want the certificates that you're getting on Coursera, Google Analytics. You're just compiling on the certificate, thinking that will be the thing that will set you apart. But now, what really sets you apart is the fact that you have experience. The fact that you have experience. Now, How do you get this experience? How do you get this experience, for example? In what way do you get this experience? You just finished learning. I mean, you just bought several courses on Udemy, Coursera, and you paid for a boot camp or you've done your learning. But you see, you're still trying to apply for that job, but you need work experience. Where did you get this work experience? That's all Amdari is all about. Where do you get this work experience? Where do you build your hands-on experience that you can use in selling yourself to potential recruiters, to potential employers? This is where you build that industry experience. Okay. So Amdari is a platform, okay, that provides you with internship opportunities for you to build your hands-on experience, okay, that you can use in applying for jobs and landing that dream job that you're looking to achieve. So if you're a data analyst looking to become a data scientist, you don't need to go and start learning. All you need to do is start building, start working on projects. Okay. If you are looking to even become a data engineer without any work experience, all you need to do is work on projects, okay? And that's what you use and leveraging to get in your foot into the door. And that's all Amdari is literally all about. Okay. So I would say today you can check us out on our website, you can check us out on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, go to all our social media platform and hear and see what we are currently working on. All right. So what are we doing today? So like I said, the session is going to be for about 1 hour, 30 minutes at the maximum. That's if you have questions that I'd like to take at the end of the session. That's what I'll be doing. So for just the next 1 hour, what are we going to be discussing? Okay. So we're going to be discussing data analyst, data scientist, and data engineer, key differences, and which is the right career for you. Number two is becoming a tech professional and securing a job. What are the action steps you need to start taking today in order for you to secure your job? I mean, this is the last month in the month of October. Tomorrow starts a new month, November, December 2025 is starting. How do you set yourself up for the new year? For global opportunities, the local opportunities, how do you set yourself up? Now, the next part is the Amdari Work Experience Internship. Now, that's one of the major reasons, that we started this platform to see how we can get people experience that they can use in landing a job. You see a lot of people have relocated to the UK saying that they need UK experience, they need Canada experience, they need US experience. Now, how do they get this experience? That's where Amdari comes in. But we'll be discussing this extensively when we get to those places. Even if you're in Nigeria or you're in Ghana, you're in Africa, anywhere in Africa, it really doesn't matter. We provide you with that international work experience. And that's literally what we're going to be talking about in a few minutes. Now, last but not the least, we have a special offer for you. If you wait to the end of the session, we have a special offer for you. Nobody else, just you. You wait to the end of the session. All right. So who is Efemena Ipro and why am I the one talking to you today? So my name is Efemena Ipro and I am the co-founder of Amdari. I'm also the co-founder of Tenalytics. Okay. With Tenalytics as a platform, I have orchestrated and I've led a team that has helped over 2,500 people land their first job within the tech ecosystem. Okay. So I personally, as an experience, I started my experience. I studied economics in university. From economics, I got my first job in management consulting. So you see that my experience also has not been from the technical side. So I studied economics from Lee City University, Ibadan. Okay. So from Lee City, I got a job in Lagos, moved to Lagos, started working as a management consultant. So I did management consulting for about 4 years before actually, making that decision to transition into the tech ecosystem. So the one that caught my interest the most was data. So data analytics, data science, data engineering, that's what caught my interest. And I was excited about it because I love data. Anything data, I usually get super excited. Okay. And that's what really got me into data analytics. And eventually I was able to get my first job. But you see, from learning to getting my first job took me about 2 years. Okay, so I was working as a management consultant, and while I was working then, I was learning, I was practicing, but it took me about 2 years to land my first data role. And the first time I resumed, okay, that role, I was asking myself, why should it take me 2 years? 2 solid years in order for me to land my first role. And most people will think that that is ideal. That is That's the way it should be. It should take you 2 years. You should go get a master's. You should go get several certifications in order for you to get the job. But that's not the case, because the moment I got the first one, I knew what was required to get the first job. And it was experience. It was my personal project I worked on that I used in landing the first job. So what did I do? All right, I wanted to pivot to data science. So what did I do? I started working on data science projects, okay, and I moved into data science roles, okay. From data science, I wanted to explore data engineering because obviously they're one of the highest paid in the tech ecosystem. So I wanted to explore data engineering also, obviously. So what did I do? Did I go and train? Did I go and buy courses? Did I go and look for certificates? I didn't do all that. What did I do? I started working on projects in data engineering, and that's how I used my personal project again to get my first role, get my foot into the data engineering space. Now, my learning curve has reduced drastically over the years. So rather than me spending a year, 2 years to learn a new skill, it takes me just a few months for me to work on several projects and use up those projects in landing my first job, in landing whatever role I'm going into. So I've worked in Ireland. Initially, I was based in Ireland. So from Ireland, I worked in Ireland. I also moved to the UK. I'm currently based in Canada. So my experience has spanned quite a number of countries, quite a number of businesses. I have led data teams for different organizations across the world. Currently, I work as a data science contractor for businesses in the UK, US, and Canada. So I have some clients in the UK, some clients in the US, and currently I just moved to Canada, like I mentioned. So currently, I'm still trying to build my network within the Canada space, but I have like 2, 3 clients here in Canada already that I'm, deploying data science initiative within their business. So, my experience, it's interesting. And I wanted to talk about my background to sort of motivate you to see that if you are currently coming from a non-technical background, it really doesn't matter. It honestly doesn't matter. I studied economics, okay? And currently, I'm working for multinational firms deploying data analytics initiative across the world. So, that's exactly where we are at this point in time. Okay, so you can connect me on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on Instagram. I'm more than happy to have you on board. So now let's jump into it. Which of these technical roles are you interested in? Which of these tech roles are you interested in? So please, guys, there's going to be an attendance form that we're going to be sharing with you. All you need to do is fill the form. All the materials, everything we're going to be discussing in today's session will be made available to you. Okay? Will be made available to you. So all you need to do is fill the attendance form. All right. So what tech career paths are you interested in? Amongst the three of them, data analyst, data scientist, and data engineering, which of these three career paths gets you excited? Are you interested in getting your first role? All right, so I can see data analytics, data science, data engineering, data science, data analytics. Quite a number of people. Keep it coming, guys. Keep it coming. Let's see. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Data analyst, data scientist, data analyst, data scientist, data analyst. All right, fantastic. This is beautiful. I love this. I absolutely love it. All right, it's good. So we're going to be exploring all the career paths that we have here today: data analyst, data scientist, and data engineer. And I'll tell you for free that when I started here, I won't lie to you, I did not know the difference between these career paths. Honestly, like even the role data analyst, data scientist, I found it very difficult to. So, and everywhere you go online, everybody has something to say. Oh, data analyst is a subsection of data science. Data analyst, everybody just has different varied opinions about what's the difference between these careers. All right. And I'm pretty sure you guys have been there before because I know information overload can be very, very tiring sometimes. Okay, with so many information here and there. Oh, data analyst, you must learn Python. Oh, data scientist, you must learn ETL pipeline. Everybody comes up with their own narrative on their own experience, from their own personal experience. So let's delve into it today. Let's delve into intricate aspect of what they do, the job, data engineer. How does it differ? How is it different from the data analyst? How is that different from the data scientist? So let's take a look at them today. Quickly, let's take a look at them. So please, guys, ensure you fill the attendance form so you can get this material at the end of the session. Okay, alongside all the links, all the materials we're going to be using in today's session, we'll be sending them to you all you need to do is fill the attendance form. So you see the link in the chat. Please ensure you take your time to fill the attendance form. So now let's start with the data scientist. Let's start with the data engineer rather, okay? The data engineer. So you see this data engineer, okay? The main, I'll just make it as simple as possible for you to understand. So when you even go outside and you're talking to a friend of yours, you can use simple terms to explain it to them. Okay, so I'll use very simple terms for the sake of beginners and the newbies that we have in the house. So data engineering. Who is a data engineer? I'll put it in a simple word. This is the person makes that makes data, okay, available. This person makes data available. Okay, so you need data. Data is available. Okay, the person is the person that will go and look for the way data is being used within the organization, makes data available within the organization. The best way to explain data engineering is, let's say you have a house. Okay, I'm pretty sure all of you are living in your own house at the moment. Okay, if you are, even though you don't have your own house, you are probably renting a house. There's a house, you're living in a house somewhere. Okay, and let's just take this house. In this house, we have several rooms in the house. Okay, you have the kitchen, you have the sitting room, you have the dining, you have several rooms inside your house. Correct? Okay, you have several rooms inside the house. So I'm just going to put it this way. Okay, so in this house, you need water in the house. In this house, there has to be water. You need water in the house. Okay, water for cooking, water for drinking, water for cleaning up, you need water in the house. So you see majority of the houses in Nigeria, let's use Nigeria for example, or even anywhere in the world. Okay, there's something you call, have you guys, how many of you have heard of a GP tank? A GP tank. How many of you, give me a thumbs up if you know what a GP tank is? Can anybody tell? All right, I can see my fellow Nigerians in the house. Fantastic. Okay. It's GP tank. I mean, if you don't know it, give me a thumbs down. Let me see. Have you heard of a GP tank before? Okay, no, okay. Kabir. Okay, I'll show you. Don't worry, I'll take my time to show you. Okay, so we have a GP tank. Okay. Oh, quite a number of people. So GP, when I show you this, okay, please let me know if you've seen it. Give me a thumbs up now. This is what I call a GP tank. This is a GP tank. Have you guys seen a GP tank now before? This is what we call a GP tank. It's GP. So most times, honestly, I did not know it was called GP2 until, sometimes in the future. So this is a GP tank. So you put it on top of your house to store water. You put it on top of the house to store water. Okay, that's where you see it. GP tank on the house. Let's see on the house. All right. So you see a lot of houses. You see this. All right. You see this on top of the house. Okay. Okay. This is the perfect one. This is it here. So you see them. This is what it stands. It serves as a water reservoir. Okay, that provides water to the house itself. So you see, going back to exactly what I said, this house, we need water in the house. So in order for you to have water in your house, there's a tank that usually, there's a GP tank that stores water. So this GP tank stores water. Okay, stores water. Okay, simple. Okay, because you need water in the house, you have a GP tank that stores the water. So making sure that there's always water running inside the house. There's always water running inside the house. Okay? But now, the water doesn't magically appear inside this tank. Inside this tank, water does not magically, it's not magic. Okay? It doesn't just appear inside the tank. Water does not just appear inside the GP tank. Where does the water come from? Where does the water come from? There is what we call a water source. There's usually a water source. Okay? There's usually a water source. Now, where is this water source? It could be a well, okay? Or it could be a borehole. Okay? It could be a well, or it could be a borehole. So I'm just going to put it in here. Let's just say this is a borehole or a well, whatever it is. Whatever it is. Okay, so this is the water source. This well or borehole is the water source. But now the water does not, the water is here. This is where we have the water. This is where the water exists naturally. This is where the water exists. But we need the water, we need the water to come inside this place. We need the water to come into the GP tank. But the water exists here. So you see there's a distance between the water source and where the water is, where you need the water, the tank. So let's just say this is the water, this is the, we'll call this the data destination. So this is the destination we want the water to exist. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do now, we're going to employ, typically we employ a plumber. Okay. We call the plumber to come. Okay. We call the plumber to come to fix the pipe. Okay. That will connect the well to the GP tank. So we get a plumber that will do what? That will get water from the water source to the GP tank. Now, bear in mind, is it how you call it a plumber or you call it a plumber? Which one is it? Plumber or plumber? The correct, you'll get the correct pronunciation later, okay? But it's plumber. The B is silent, you don't pronounce the B, okay? So plumber. So we need a plumber that will take the water from the well to the GP tank, correct? That's usually the case. And in most cases, you need like a machine. You need a machine. Bear with me with this machine, okay? So this is what we call, what do we call this machine? Can anybody tell, can you guys, let me see the typical Nigerians you have in the house. Do you know what this machine is called? Does anybody know what this machine is called? So the machine that will take the water from the well to the GP tank. Transformer, no. A pumping machine, thank you. Chime Peters, okay. So we need a pumping machine. This is a pumping machine. We need, typically you need a pumping machine. Pumping machine, okay, fantastic. We need a pumping machine. Fantastic. I love a pump. Yeah. All right. So we need a pumping machine. So you see this pumping machine here? This pumping machine is the one that would, you connect it to the water source. You connect it. Okay. You connect it to the water source. And you would also find a way to connect it to the GP tank. Okay. Connect it to the GP tank. So this pumping machine is the one that would extract data. I said data, sorry. Extract water from the well or the borehole, okay? Would extract, the first thing the stuff would do is to extract water from the borehole, okay? Extract water from the borehole or the well. So inside this pumping machine also, there is a filtration system that helps you filter sand or whatsoever, unless you buy a very fake one. Typically, a pumping machine would help you filter your water. So that's basically what we call transforming, okay? Transformation. Okay, transformation. We'll help you with a bit of transformation, cleaning the water. Maybe it might not be the cleanest, but it's actually, it will clean it enough that it is usable for you within the house. So once it is finished transforming, it will pump the water, it will extract the water from the well or the borehole, transform the water, okay? Then drop it, it will load it into the GP tank. The water now flows from the well to the GP tank, from the well to the GP tank. So you see, the plumber is the person that builds this architecture, correct? The plumber builds this architecture from getting the pumping machine to laying the pipes. We call this laying the pipes, correct? Laying pipes, okay? To laying the pipes, to building this entire architecture. It's the plumber that does everything. It's the plumber that does every single thing. But now, let's put it, now that you understand, do you guys understand how water comes from the water source, from the well or the borehole to the GP tank? Do you guys understand? Give me a thumbs up here. Give me a thumbs up if you understand. Fantastic. I love this. Okay. Now, typically, that's the same thing the data engineer does. Typically, that's the same thing the data engineer does. Okay. So now let's look at it in the way of a data engineer. Let's take a look at the data engineer. Let's use the house. Let's use the house. Let's use the house as that same situation. Let's build a house. This is our house. Let's use this house as a business, as an actual business. Okay, as an actual business. In a business, you have different departments. Okay, different departments. Let's just say three. Let's just take a look at three departments. What are the typical departments you know in any organization? I want you guys, any departments you know in any company you have worked with, mention three departments. Let me see. So let me see. HR, fantastic. Number one, HR. Number two, sales. Thank you. I have sales. Number three, I have operations. Like I see, finance is another one. Operations is another. You guys are awesome. You guys are absolutely smart. Okay, so we have sales, we have HR, we have finance. Okay, we have what else? Let me see. Let me pick anyone. IT. There's information technology, IT department, and there is also operations. Okay, I saw operations. Okay, so you see, all these departments, just like your house, when you look at the house, you have the kitchen, you have the bedroom, you have the sitting room, you have different rooms. And you find out that there's usually need for water in most of those rooms. In your kitchen, you need to wash your plates, you need to cook your food, you need to wash your materials, your food materials, you need water in each of those rooms. In your bathroom, you need to wash your hands, you need to take your shower, you need water. In the sitting room, you probably have like a water source where you can quickly wash your hands, or visitors can wash their hands, and so on and so forth. So there is a need for water in every room you find yourself, correct? Now, used in the business also, in every department, there is also a need for data. There is also a need for data. So take, for example, the sales department. The sales department wants to know how many products, how many sales did we make last month? How many products did we sell? How many customers did we bring in? How many new customers did we bring in? So sales need data in order for them to know exactly how their performance was last month, last 2 months, and so on and so forth. Same thing with HR. HR also needs data, employee record, employee performance, recruitment stages, and so on and so forth, salary information, benefit information. HR also needs data in order for them to take care of the employees. The guys in finance also needs data to do their work, to do their day-to-day activities. How much did we spend? How much is this particular client owing us? How much is this client expecting to pay us? They need data in order for them to do their daily operation. All right, same thing in operations, same thing in IT. So every department in every organization needs data. You see, all these departments, they also need data. Just like every room in your house needs water, every department in this organization needs data. But now the key question now is, where is this data coming from? Okay, where is the data coming from? Usually there is something we call a data source. Okay, and that's exactly like the borehole or the well. So usually there is a data source, and most times it's either a CRM tool, CRM, which is customer relationship management, or ERP, sorry, ERP tool, enterprise resource planning software. So if you've heard of Salesforce, you've heard of Salesforce, you've heard of SAP, okay? These are what we call CRM and ERP solutions, okay? It could also be things like your website. It could also be things like your website. That's a data source, okay? It could also be things like, Excel could be your data source, okay? So there are quite a number of data sources, and we will not go in depth into that just yet. So we have all these data sources. This is where data is being generated. Just like the well, just like the borehole we talked about. That's where water is being generated. So where it is generated, usually you can't use it there. Where the water is generated, you need the water in the house. You don't need it inside the well. You need the water from the well to come into the house. The same thing, where data is being generated, you usually don't need it there. That's not where you need it. You need it somewhere else entirely, okay? Usually we call this place a data warehouse. we call it a data warehouse. Okay, we call it a data warehouse. So it's in this data warehouse, that's where you need data. That's where the salespeople, that's where they'll go and collect data. That's where HR will go and get data. That's where finance will go and get data. That's where IT will go and get data. Do you get me? Okay, so now the data engineer, okay, is the person that will take the data from the data source and make it available for the guys in the office, the guys in each of those departments, sales to HR to finance to the IT department to operations, so on and so forth. So the data engineer moves data, moves data from where? From the data source, to the data destination. So from DS to DD, data source to data destination. So where the data is generated, the data engineer is the person that builds the architecture that allows data to flow from the data source to the data destination. Just like the plumber, I'll say it so that you guys will understand. The plumber can build the pipe, the pumping machine, the pipe, lay the pipes that will take water from the well or the borehole to the GP tank. The data engineer is the person that builds the architecture within the organization that makes data flow from the data source, which could be your website, it could be your ERP software, it could be your CRM, it could be an Excel file, it could be anything, okay? Move data from that data source into a data destination, which is typically what we refer to as a data warehouse. Do you guys understand? Give me a thumbs up if you understand. If you understand further, give me a thumbs up. Fantastic. Or put a one in the chat if you understand properly. If you understand properly, that is the job of the data engineer. So the data engineer essentially moves data from the data source to the data destination, builds an architecture that makes data flow easily. That's what data engineering is all about. All right, so now moving on. Now the data engineer, let's just put it in a simple, like I said, I'll use simple words so that it will be easy for you to understand. So the data engineer takes data from the data source, and moves it into a data destination, okay? Destination. Okay, takes it from the data source to the data destination. That's the job. Okay, builds an architecture that gets data from the source to destination. But now when it gets to this destination, that's where the data analyst, okay, and the data scientist, okay, that's where they can use data, okay? That's where they can use data analyst, okay? So you see, the data analyst and the data scientist, they need data to do their work. So the job of the data engineer is to make data available for these guys, make data available for these two guys, okay? For these people, for whoever needs data, usually it's the data analyst and data scientist. So these guys need data. Who makes data available? Data engineer. Now, when this data is available, what do these guys use the data for? It's another question entirely. But let's break it down so that you understand it better. Okay? So you see these guys, the data analyst and the data scientist, the two of them, the data analyst and the data scientist, their main job is to answer questions. Question that concerns them and questions that doesn't concern them, they would need to answer it. All right, imagine you getting a job. Oh, I just got a job as a data analyst. You literally just got a job where you must answer questions for no reason. You just come to the office, and the next thing is they ask you questions. So you'll be the one to go and look for the answer. That's a very interesting role, don't you think? It's very interesting. So your job is to answer what? Questions within the business. Your job is to answer questions. Just imagine you wake up in the morning, you have your bath, you wear your school bag, your work bag, you wear nice clothes, and you go to the office, and you're required to answer questions. Questions that you don't even know where they started from, but you need to answer it. But it is very, very interesting and exciting questions. And that's why I really love data roles. Anything data counts me in. So now, what kind of question would you answer? What kind of question are you required to answer? There are three main questions that you need to answer. Number one is descriptive analytics. Descriptive analytics. Okay? Descriptive analytics. So this one is asking a question which is, what happened? What happened? That's what you ask. That's the first one. That's the first question. What happened? But I want to use lingos. Some lingos that when you finish this session, don't just go and be telling people, oh, a data analyst, answer question like what happened. No, use descriptive analytics. When you say that, people will start to be like, this person, it seems like this person has, has upgraded themselves. Do you understand? Don't just go and say that the answer question of what happened. Descriptive analytics. So you need to put some effigy to it. Do your hands like this. Descriptive analytics. So they know exactly that you know what you're talking about. So descriptive analytics basically looks at what happened. What happened? Describe the situation. Describe. Descriptive analytics. Now, the second question, okay, is to diagnose. Okay? Diagnostic, okay? Analytics. So you see all these big words, it's very simple. Diagnostic analytics is also answering the question, why did it happen? Did it happen? Why did it happen? So what happened? Describe. Why did it happen? Diagnose the reason. Now the third question, okay, is the third and the last question, which is, I'll put it in a different color. Predictive analytics. So you guys, you're learning new words. Give me a thumbs up if you're learning new words in today's session. Okay, give me a thumbs up. So predictive analytics is talking about what will eventually happen. What will happen? Okay, what will happen? Okay, what will happen? So that's the three questions in there. So the data analyst and the data scientist would answer these questions. What happened and why did it happen? Okay, that's basically their job. Now let's put it in a scenario so you understand better. So take, for example, you got a job with Fatima. Okay, so everybody shouting, congratulations, Brian Odek. Brian Bankole, they just got a job as a data analyst with Coca-Cola. Okay, now Brian and Bankole gets a job, they resume their first day, okay, or maybe their first week or their first month of starting the job. And the first question they're asking them is, okay, the sales team, the guys in the sales department, want to know their performance in the last 6 months. In the last 6 months, can you let the sales team know their performance in terms of sales? They're looking at sales. So what's their performance in terms of sales? So basically, they're asking the question in a lane term, what happened in the sales department from whatever month? Let's say the first half of this year. Let's say January, February, March, April, May, June. January, February, March, April, May, and June. 6 months. The last 6 months. What was our performance in sales? Okay. How many products did we sell? Obviously, they got a job at Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola. Okay. So the sales department wants to know their performance in terms of sales in the last 6 months. So they're basically asking you the question, what happened in sales from January to June? What happened? So you see now, the data analysts, Dan Colley and Brian, what would they do? They would say like, oh, in January, the total sales was $6 million. In February, it was $10 million. In March, it was $15 million. In April, there was a huge decline to about $4 million. May, they did $2 million. In June, they did five, or let's say $7 million. Let's say $7 million. Okay, so you cannot see a trend of what happened January, what happened in February, what happened in March, what happened in April, what happened in May, what happened in June. This is exactly what happened. January, February, March, April. This is what happened in the sales department in terms of sales. This is what happened. But now the next question is, why did it happen? Why did we make 6 million in January? We made 10 million sales in February, and we made another 15 million in March. But you see, there was a huge decline to 4 million. Why did that thing happen? Why did it happen? So you see where I'm coming from now, where things that concern you and things that don't concern you, you're not there when they're making the sales. But now you're the person they come to meet to ask, why? Why did we have a decline? Why was there a decline? So you will now be the one to use data to answer that question. Do you see how interesting that is? Do you see how rewarding that career is? So let me digress a little bit. I want to digress a little bit, okay? So there was a tweet. There was a post on Instagram a few years ago. I would say about probably 3 years ago, and the person was talking about different roles within the tech space and their connotations in real life, or how you can explain it to like a 80-year-old woman or your grandma or your grandfather. How do you explain data analyst, data scientist to your elderly grandmother or elderly grandfather, and they would understand? Okay, now let me explain you. Let me show you how you can tell them. So, have you guys heard of what we call babalawo? Don't worry, this is not a scary movie, okay? Have you guys heard of Abelis? Have you heard of babalawo? If you're Igbo, have you heard of the Dibia? Or have you heard of the word oracle? Oracle. Let me use the word oracle. Okay, oracle. Okay, not Oracle database. Okay, not Oracle database. Now, I'm not talking about Oracle database. I'm talking about Oracle, village Oracle. That's the Oracle I'm talking about. Okay, so if you're looking, I know it's midnight there, so I won't scare you guys too much. Okay. All right. So Oracle. When you're looking at all those Yoruba movies, Igbo movies, you're looking at, all that kind of movies. You see, usually there is this person people run to ask what they should do. Oh, our village is not performing, the harvest is not coming the way it should come, harvest is not going the way it should go, something is happening, something is happening to people in the village, people are getting sick, so on and so forth. There's somebody they go to meet. Usually they go meet the oracle. So you see, the oracle is the data analyst, typically. So the oracle is the person that will start to do their incantation, do their everything, blah, 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 blah. And they come up with answers to the question. Oh, this is the reason why, okay? This is what happened, and this is the reason why it is happening. Do you understand? Simple. This is what happened, and this is the reasons why you are doing, or this is the reasons why this is happening. So in simple words, it's still the same thing in the business world. You're answering those questions, what happened and why did it happen? Yes, same thing. Yes, if you're a Christian, that's a perfect way to also put it, Emmanuel. Fantastic. So you want to pass your exam and you want to get insights to what you put in your exam. You go and pray, isn't it? So it's almost the same thing. Exactly. So the data analyst and the data scientist answer this question: what happened and why did it happen? So Coca-Cola, for example, made 6 million in January, did 10 million in February, and did 15 million in March. But there was a huge decline in April, May, and June. Okay, so 4 million to 2 million. Why? What happened? Was it a marketing initiative error? Was it a marketing initiative error? Was it a branding issue? What was customers' feedback? All these things are what you need to make informed decision. So that's the job of the data analyst, because without those information, the organizations cannot make informed. They can't move ahead. Do you understand? They can't just move ahead. Okay, because the moment you know what happened and why it happened, that's where your insight comes from. That's where your strategic decision making comes from. So you see, I was in a session just this week, okay, and they were talking about how Coca-Cola makes their sales, okay, how they sell. Now let me break it down to you a little bit, a little bit. So Coca-Cola, if I should ask you now, who are the people that buy Coca-Cola? Who buys Coca-Cola? You see individuals. Individuals are the ones that buy Coca-Cola. Individuals. I'm pretty sure all of you will see it's individuals that buy Coca-Cola. And their adverts, when they advertise, they usually advertise to the individual. So their adverts is also going to the individuals. But guess what? In the books of Coca-Cola, it's not individuals that are really buying Coca-Cola. It is retailers, okay? It is retailers that are buying these things. Retailers like Ozone Cinemas, okay? Retailers like the sporting complex, you go watch football. Retailers like the restaurants that are you go to eat in order for you to buy Coke. So retailers like the stadiums, the retailers are the ones that really buy from Coca-Cola themselves. But you don't see their adverts, them advertising to the retailers. They advertise to you, the individual. How do they come about that strategic decision to be able to market to individuals? Meanwhile, the retailers are the ones that are really buying the products. You buy from the retailers majority of the time. Most of the times you buy a Coke. You'll find out that you buy Coke usually when you go for parties, you are stuck somewhere, you want to get water from the airport, usually from those retailers, you buy them. All right, but they market to you as the individual. How do they come up with such marketing genius, in order for you to be able to buy from them? That's exactly where data comes in play, because they've analyzed the data, they have seen what happened, and they've seen the reasons why that particular thing happened. So it's easy for them to capture your attention with mind-blowing adverts and so on and so forth. Okay, so that's about that, anyways. So, but now the last question here is, why did it happen? What will happen? That's predictive analytics. So you're trying to predict into the future what will happen in the future. So you see, this is the work of the data analyst. This is the work of the data analyst. Okay, so the data analyst would only answer two questions: what happened and why did it happen? So you see, a lot of data analysts are required to build visualizations, Power BI, Tableau, Looker, SQL. You are required to build visualization because your dashboard is answering only two questions: what happened? 50% of our customers are male, other 50% are female. 50% of the male, belong to the western region of the country, come from the western region of the country. Why 40%? You're breaking down your sales numbers using visualizations. That's why you're required to learn dashboards, learn how to build stunning, and insightful dashboards. Okay? That's where, so anybody that tells you to go and learn Python in order for you to become a data analyst, you'll find out that is absolutely wrong. Because as a data analyst, you're answering only two major questions: what happened and why did it happen? And how do you answer this question? Is through the use of visualization tools: Excel, Power BI, Tableau, Looker, and also if you control your SQL in there. Okay? But now the data scientist, on the other hand, would answer three interesting questions. The same three questions. Will answer all three. The data analyst will answer only two. The data scientist will answer three. Now, the third question for the data scientist is, what will happen? Now, this is where Python comes in play. This is where Python, the Python that the Python that people are saying you want to learn for data analytics, this is where it comes in. Python comes in for predictive analytics. So this is where you start to use your machine learning to be able to predict what will happen in the future. Okay, what will happen? Things that have not happened in the past, things that have not happened yet. We are predicting into the future what will happen. Okay, so that's where your machine learning will come in play. Okay, that's where your statistical modeling, all this, your statistics, you must be good in statistics and all that. That's where everything comes in play. Do you understand? So for the data analyst, you're more concerned about what happened and why did it happen. Now, the data scientist, on the other hand, will do all three of them. What happened, why did it happen, and what will happen. Now, let's look at the sales of Coca-Cola. Let's say January to June, we know what happened again. We know what happened. And based on our analysis, we know why it happened. Okay. Now, going into the future from July, August, September, October, November, December. Now, this we don't know what we don't know this. We don't know what's going to happen. It's the data analyst, data scientist. I mean, it's a data scientist that would employ programming languages like Python, R, for example. Okay, would use machine learning and statistical model to look at what happened in the past, to look at why it happened, and extrapolate, what future sales would look like. So that's the job of the data scientist, predictive analytics. Okay? Predictive analytics. That's where it comes in play. Does that make sense, guys? Give me a thumbs up if you understand what I'm saying. Okay? Okay, somebody's asking, do you mean I don't need Python to become you need Python to become a data scientist? I mean, that's the huge part of your work. Python is going to be a huge part of your work because majority of the time you need to do prediction. You cannot do prediction on Microsoft Excel. You can do a little, but you can't do a lot on Excel. You can't do a lot of machine. You can't do any form of machine learning in Excel, Power BI. You can't do machine learning in Tableau. Okay, so that's why you need Python to do your machine learning. So if somebody is telling you about data science or data analytics rather, and the person is telling you to go and learn Python in order for you to become a data analyst, something is fundamentally wrong. Okay, and that's exactly me breaking it down for you. Data analyst, data scientist. What are the key things you need to learn? I will talk about technologies in a few minutes. We're almost wrapping up with this. So there are other things I want to talk about. Okay. So I've talked about the question aspect, the three questions. What another thing that separates these two people, the data analyst and the data scientist, another key thing that separates them is the type of data that they deal with. The type of data that they deal with. Type of data. So now what type of data do they work with? The data analyst, okay, will work with only one type of data, which we call structured data. Okay, structured data. Okay, we work with structured data. Now, what is structured data? Structured data is any type of data that fits, okay, into a table. That fits into a table. So now, what's an example of a table? Okay, anything that has structure, anything that has any form of structure, any data that has any form of structure. And how would you know data that has a structure? Basically, a table. Now, what does the table comprises of? The table comprises of what we call rows, okay, and column. Some people say it's column. Anyone is correct. Okay, rows and column. So you see here, you have your name, you have your age, all right, you have a location, okay, you have your gender, and you have your, let's say, amount, okay, amount. So name, Ifemena, age, 22, location, Canada, gender, male, amount, 20. Let's use another person. Let's use Tomiwa. Tomiwa, name, Tomiwa, age, 18, location, Igbara Odo, Ogun State. Okay. Yeah, gender, that's a female. Okay. Column, 1,000, amount 1,000. Let's pick one more person. I'm going to pick somebody else. Idris. Idris, okay. Age, 27. Location, London. Okay. Gender, male. And amount, 2,000. Okay. So this is what we call structured data. This is what we refer to as structured data. So you see, the data analyst will only work with structured data. So that's where your Excel. If you take a look at Excel, it's in rows and column. Give me a second. I'm going to open up an Excel file so you can actually see it for yourself, that it is made up of rows and column. So the data analyst is only going to work with what we call structured data. Structured data, a table data. That's exactly where it comes in. So if you open up Excel today, you would see something that looks like this. It's structured. You see something that looks like this, structured. So you see the cells. You see your name, you can put your name, you can put your age, okay, and so on and so forth. So you see it is in the table. That's what we call structured data. Now, the data scientist, on the other hand, will work with two types of data. Would also work with what we call unstructured, okay, unstructured data. So now unstructured data basically are data that cannot fit into a table, cannot fit into a table, cannot fit into a table. Any type of data that cannot fit into a table. That's exactly what unstructured data is. Now, a very good example of this one is a picture. A picture cannot fit into a table. You can't snap a selfie on your phone and put it in Excel and put it into rows and column. It doesn't work that way. Okay? Another very good example is audio file. Okay? So to record an audio, you can't put that audio file into rows and column. Another one is video. So record a video on your phone, you can't put that into rows and column. But you see, the data scientist will be able to work on both structured and unstructured data. Going back to what I said, in terms of technologies, now the structured data, which is table, you can use your table in Excel, you can use your table in Power BI, you can do your analysis in Tableau, you can do your analysis in SQL. Okay? Unstructured data, the only application that will allow you to work extensively with unstructured data is Python. Okay? Is Python. So anybody that tells you again, for data analytics, go and learn Python, send them this session. Let me break it down to them for them to understand. Because as a data analyst, even though Python can work with unstructured data, can work with structured data, you're not using it to just analyze and visualize. The end result of using a tool like Python is for you to do your machine learning. All right? Then let me put it to you. If somebody tells you to go and learn Python for data analytics, it's like you wanting to kill housefly. What's the best equipment for killing housefly? Let me see. Drop a comment. Let me see. You want to kill a housefly in your house. How do you kill the housefly? Let me ask you guys. How do you kill it? Fleet, fantastic. You have a broom, fantastic. Okay, you have your insecticide. You have your broom. Use a broom. Use the sleepers. These are my typical Nigerians. I love this. Africans in the house. All right, fantastic. Now imagine somebody telling you that you can use hammer to use hammer to kill a fly. Can you use hammer to kill a fly? Yes, you can. But is it efficient? Is it efficient to use hammer or a chainsaw to kill a housefly? That's the case in this situation also. All right? Or a bomb. Somebody said use a bomb to kill a housefly. It will kill the housefly, no doubt about that. AK-47, anything can use to kill the housefly. But it's not efficient. That's you using such a very complicated tool for a simple task. That's when you say that you're using Python to do analysis, to do visualizations. I mean, you can use your Excel, you can use Power BI, you can use Tableau for the same activities, that you want to do. So you see exactly where I'm coming from. All right, too ambiguous, fantastic. I love that. So that's the case, to be honest with you guys. That is absolutely the case. So now we understand the role of a data engineer is to make data available. The role of the data analyst is to analyze data and answer questions, which is what happened and why did that particular thing happen. Now, the last but not the least is the data scientist. The data scientist will tell you what happened, why it happened, and take it one step further to tell you what will eventually happen. Predictive analytics. Okay, fantastic. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoy yourself. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoy yourself. I want to see some thumbs up in the house. Put your hands up in the air. Put your hands up. So, guys, you get the materials for this session. All you need to do is fill the attendance form. All right. So my colleague Tomiwa in the house would be dropping the attendance form. If you're enjoying yourself, please fill the attendance form. We'll send you, the materials that we are using for today's session. Okay. So please ensure you fill the form, the attendance form. Fantastic. So let's keep it going. All right. Like I said, I'm going to wrap it up in the next few minutes. Now let's look at a typical real life example. Like I said, my experience spans across quite a number of industries, quite a number of businesses. I've explained to you, one of my personal experience, so you understand it a tad bit better. Now, fraud detection and prevention for a fintech company. Okay, so this is Secure Pay. The name of the business has been adjusted, so that's not the name of the business. All right. So Secure Pay is a fintech company based in Dublin, Ireland, and they have noticed an uptick in fraudulent transaction in recent months. So this particular organization had noticed that, there's been a lot of reports. Customers are reporting that, a lot of scams are happening. People are, fraudulently taking money out of people's account through whatever means possible. Okay. So the CEO obviously is challenged with this because it will lead to it's a reputational issue. Okay, where if everybody knows your bank to be that, or that platform to be the platform where the money is not safe in, it's as good as killing the bank. Do you understand? So the CEO, aware of these stakes, involved in letting fraud go unchecked. So he needed to figure out a way in which fraud transaction can easily be detected. Okay, fraud transaction can easily be detected. Okay, so what did he do? Obviously, he brought in the data team, the A team, the data analyst, the data scientist, and the data engineer, obviously, to detect what is happening. First of all, what is happening? Why is it happening? And what would the future entail for us? Remember the three questions: descriptive, diagnostic, and predictive analytics. So now let's go into it. Let me walk you through the typical projects. Okay. So the first thing is the data engineer. In order for the data analyst and the data scientist to be able to do their job, they need data. Correct. They need data. They need data to do their daily job, whatever analysis they want to answer, whatever thing they want to do, whatever machine learning model they want to build, they need data. So what did the data engineer do? Okay. So for this particular platform, fraud can happen anywhere. Fraud can happen anywhere. Somebody can steal your ATM card and figure out, try several pins to figure out your passcode and withdraw all your money at once. Okay. Somebody can log into your web application, find a malicious way to get your login password, and also perform fraudulent activities. Somebody could also use POS to perform the same thing. Last but not the least is your mobile app. Your phone got stolen, and they find a way to get into your mobile app and they can send money. So fraud can happen on any of these four applications, either your mobile app or your web app or your ATM or the POS. They can happen within these four locations. But now the cool thing here is we need the data from all these four locations. So currently, they are all the transactions. So mobile app transactions are stored in mobile app database. Web app, okay? All the data on the web app is stored in the web app database. All the transactions from the ATM is also stored in the ATM database. POS transactions also are stored in POS database. Now, a very simple way for you to remember this is if you take a selfie or you take a photo of your friends, you guys go out, okay? And you take a photo with your friends. So you have like 4 friends. In order for you took the picture on your phone. So it means that the phone exists on your phone, okay? It doesn't exist in all your friends' phone. You took the picture, That picture exists in your own phone. If they need the pictures, what do? You would have to send it to them. Okay? You would have to send it to them. That's the same thing that happens here. So whatever transaction you initiate on the mobile app gets stored in the mobile app database, just like your phone. You take a picture, that picture gets stored on your own phone, not on some phone, not on another person's phone, but on your own phone. The mobile app transactions also get stored on your mobile on the web app application. ATM transaction, you go to the ATM, okay? You drop money or you send money, those transactions happens on the ATM. So it gets stored in the ATM. But you see now, this we have currently four data sources, four data sources. But we need all these four data sources inside one location. We need it in one location, which we refer to as the data warehouse. So the data scientists and the data analysts, they don't need to be running helter-skelter to be looking for data. The data engineer, remember, is the person that moves data from the data source to the data destination. So you see, it's the data engineer that will now move the data from all the four locations, from the mobile app database, from the web app database, from the ATM database, from the POS database, moves all this data into the data warehouse. To exist four locations, rather than having it in four locations, now you have it in one central location using what we call ETL, extract, transform, and load. So this is what we call pipelines. Remember the situation that we used earlier. Okay, so extract all the data from all those data sources and bring it into the data warehouse. So you see it here. So this is the data source. Okay, these are the data sources. Your mobile app is where data is being generated, transaction data being generated. Web app, also web application for you to send money. Transactions are also generated there. ATM, POS, these are all the data source. The data engineer is the person that uses usually SQL, Python and SQL to extract, transform, and load the data into a data warehouse. Usually, of recent, it's been cloud platforms like AWS, Azure, or Google Cloud. So these are where the data is being stored. Now, once the data is in the data warehouse, that's transactional data, okay? Transaction data. So remember, the goal for us is to be able to predict fraudulent transactions, okay? Predict fraudulent activities, okay? So now, that's where the data analyst will build reports around daily transactions, activities within the organization. So what happened in terms of transaction, how many customers are transacting, what channel are they using to transact the most, why do they like to transact at certain times during the day, so that we can have our problem. If we know that people transact usually in the evening, we would increase and optimize our platform so that it can take as much transactions as possible. Okay, and if it is early in the morning, we need to figure out a way to also optimize our platform to be able to take on transactions as much as that in the morning. So that's where the data analysts will do their analysis, the time transactions are being made, how many transactions are being made, the location of each of these transactions, basically telling you what happened and why they happened, why did they happen. Now, the next person is the data scientist. This person is the person that now builds a predictive model that can easily identify fraudulent transactions. Now, let me use, because I was using this is an organization I worked with. So we built this predictive model, okay, based off certain activities, okay? So I moved from Ireland. I worked with this particular company when I was in Ireland, okay? So I moved, this was like a year plus into my experience with them. I moved from Ireland to the UK. When I moved to the UK, obviously I had no UK bank account, just about 1 week into my stay in the UK. And I was using my card. I used my card for several type of transactions. Okay, so I went to Primark. If you guys know Primark, I used my card in Primark. I used my card in several restaurants. Nothing happened. But guess what? I went to a very, all those, I don't know what they call them, the bistros, all those the small eateries that are not very popular, the small ones are just where you can just get fish and chips, you can just get chicken and chips, something, just a bistro, very small local one. I tried using my card when I got to that place, and I found out that my card was blocked. Immediately I tried to use it, it was blocked. And typically, I remember, so I had to call the customer service to find out the reasons why, and they told me that, to confirm if I was the one. Obviously, provided as much information as I could, and eventually I was unblocked. So I called one of my team members because I'd left the organization to, narrate the story, and it was based on our predictions. Okay, so a certain metrics that the algorithm will be looking at to classify it fraudulent or not fraudulent. So even though I was going to Primark to buy stuff, it didn't classify it as fraudulent. The amount I was spending also, it didn't classify it as fraudulent, but the location, the time, there are several factors it looked at, and based off that, my card was frozen. And this was the same machine learning algorithm that I built with the organization to deploy to be able to detect fraudulent activities. Okay, so it's interesting. That's where machine learning comes in, statistical models comes in to be able to predict, fraudulent activities and so many other things that you have in there. So if you're looking at technologies to learn, okay, for data analytics, I said this already: Excel, SQL, Tableau, Power BI. Microsoft Fabric is one of the new ones. ChatGPT also is very important. Now that we're in the era of AI, you must learn to use AI as a data analyst. Data scientists, you need your statistics, you need SQL, you need Tableau, you need cloud platforms like AWS, Google Cloud, Azure, you need ChatGPT, you need Excel, you need Python, and so many more, okay? For data engineering, you need your Python, you need Linux, you need SQL, you need Draw.io to map out, to draw out your data architecture. You need ChatGPT, you need cloud platforms like AWS, Azure, GCP. You need version control, GitHub, Apache Airflow, Apache PySpark, and so many things. Databricks is there. You also need to learn Databricks. DBT is another technology that you need to work with. So there are so many other technologies that Talent is another one that you can get to work with. All right. So in terms of career paths, what roles can you do once you learn data analytics? Obviously, you can go into data analyst, you can become a data analyst. You can also become a product analyst. You can also become a logistics analyst, operations analyst, marketing analyst, supply chain analyst, business intelligence analyst, procurement analyst. The list goes on and on. So most people actually think that if I learn data analytics, everybody's learning data analytics, so I'll become a data analyst. And there are not so many opportunities for data analysts out there. But that's where the wrong mentality exists. Data analytics is a skill. You know how to analyze data. So there are so many data that exist within the organization. All right. Remember, the sales department needs the data analyst to analyze their sales performance. HR needs data. That's what they call them, HR analysts. Operations need analysts to analyze operational, data. That's where the operations analyst comes in. Supply chain analyst. So you get the drift now. So learning data analytics opens you up to a lot of opportunity within the ecosystem. Now, in the same vein, data scientists, all roles in data analysts, you can apply for it. So as a data scientist, you can apply for operations analyst, logistics analyst, all this, you can apply for it. You could also apply for data scientist role, forecasting analyst, demand planning, computer vision, quantitative data analyst, machine learning, and so on and so forth. For data engineers, okay, the same thing. So data engineer, AWS cloud engineer, Azure cloud engineer, analytics engineer, data platform engineer, big data engineer, data migration specialist. There's so many roles within each of these career paths that would help you get what you are looking for, the career path you're looking for. All right. If you enjoy yourself so far, give me a thumbs up, guys. I want to see. Can you guys hear me well? All right, fantastic. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. All right. So now moving on to if you learn data analytics, it also opens you up to other opportunities in HR analytics and financial analytics. Okay. So when you're looking at HR analysis, for example, you could become an HR analyst, people analyst, talent analyst, benefit analyst, workforce planning. So people that have HR background, you don't need to go and break your mind. You can go and learn something else. You could actually learn analytics and become, that key strategic HR professional within the organization. Financial analytics for finance professionals that learn data analytics. You can apply for roles in financial analyst, corporate finance analyst, investment analyst, credit analyst, pricing analyst, portfolio analyst, and the list goes on and on. So imagine you're learning one skill, opening you up to a lot of opportunities. And that's exactly what has really helped me, to be honest with you. All right. So from one role to the other, from business intelligence to data analyst to data scientist to demand planning to supply chain analyst, logistics analyst, my experience has spanned quite a number of roles. Okay. Now, if these roles require me to have 2 to 3 years of experience. What do I do? So majority of the people are looking to get started, learn data analytics, learn data science, or learn data engineering. You all need experience. So what experience? How many years of experience do you need? Most times 2 to 3 years experience. So now let me walk you through what we do here at Amdari to give you that experience, to give you that working experience that you can use in getting your first job or getting the next job that you're looking at getting. So what we do is we actually have partners with different businesses in the UK, in the US, and also back home in Nigeria and across Africa. So we have quite a number of founders, quite a number of businesses that we have partnership with. So what kind of partnership do we have with them? So we act as a consulting firm. Okay, we act as a consulting firm. Give us your business challenges, usually your data challenges. It could be give us your challenges. It could be data, it could be cybersecurity, it could be any of the career path that we have. Okay, so give it to us. Okay, now we bring you in as interns. Okay, I don't like to use the word interns, but as professionals. We bring you in as professionals and we put you in different teams, usually within 4 teams. Okay, so the business challenge is given to all the 4 teams. So we have a partnership with this business. They give us a business challenge. We take it up for ourselves. We give it to you to solve the problem. So it could be a data analyst problem, it could be a data science problem, or it could be a data engineering problem in this situation. So what we do, once you get assigned the project, or you have a team, okay? So you have a team of between 3 to 5 people, maximum 5 people. So at least 3 people to at max of 5 people. So once you assign that, all of you in that group work together as a team to solve the business problem, okay? To solve the business problem. So everybody works together, leveraging different technologies and different tools. So it could be a data analyst problem where you get to use Power Apps, okay, Power Platform in together with Power BI, together with Google Sheet, together with whatever applications that you can use to build that solution. Do you understand? Team 2 also will be given the same thing. Team 3 will be given the same opportunity, and everybody works on the project almost at the same time. Now, once you have that, once you're assigned that project, you are also assigned a mentor. So it's not just you trying to break your head to find solutions to the answer. There is also a mentor that would also provide you with guidance, support, and all the support that you need to get the answers or to build a solution to that particular business. Now, at the end of the day, every team has to present. Okay, so there's going to be a presentation, there's going to be evaluation, and there is also going to be recommendation to the business. All right. And there's also recommendation to the business. That's exactly where it comes in. So at the end of everything, you can add that project to your project portfolio. Now, this is unique. This is not you going on Kaggle to go and look for data sets. This is not you going on Google, data.gov, to go and look for data sets, to go and work on data sets. These are unique business challenges that have been fine-tuned for your personal work experience purposes. So it's going to be acting as your own personal project, okay, that you can add to your portfolio. And then you also get a LinkedIn recommendation from Amdari, okay? You get a LinkedIn recommendation from Amdari to get you that recognition, get you that work experience that you need to get in your first job, okay? So unique projects that cuts across several technologies, multiple industries to get you what you're looking for. So we also do what we call rebranding, okay? So we help you with project-based experience, like I mentioned earlier, project-based experience, and we also help you with employability skills. So in terms of project-based experience, okay, so in the span of the project, you will work on an average of 6 to 8 industry relevant projects. You work across cross-functional teams. So one of the main things that you see on most JDs or most job description, data analyst, data science, and data engineering, is the fact that they want you to have worked with cross-functional teams. So tell me a time you've worked with the HR department. Tell me a time you've worked with operations. Tell me a time you have worked with the CEO. Tell me about a time you worked with whatever department. So how do you gain this cross-functional experience? That's what we're bringing to bear. Okay, multiple industry experience. So you work on projects in the fintech space, you work on projects in FMCG, you work on projects in supply chain, logistics, and so on and so forth. Okay, multiple role experience. So you work in, obviously you do supply chain. It means that you have supply chain experience. You do logistics. It means you have logistics experience. You do fintech. You have fintech experience. So you have multiple role experience. Next is multiple technology experience. So rather than you just going to learn Excel or going to learn Power BI alone as a standalone tool, how can you combine applications together? How can you use Google Sheet, Power BI, and Power Automate to build an analytical solution for a business, an actual business? Okay, so rather than just learning how to use Power BI or going to learn how to work on using projects in Excel, build a dashboard in Excel, how do you combine applications together to build that experience that you're looking for? Now, teamwork and project collaboration, that's exactly what I talked about. In a typical team, you have about 3 to 5 people where you guys will be working together to solve the business problem. Also, because of the presentation, because of the collaboration, you increase your confidence in future roles that you're getting yourself into. And last but not the least, networking opportunities. Okay, so we're going to be bringing in these businesses sometimes. Sometimes we bring in these businesses to come and even listen to your presentation and your recommendation, and they'll be picking, some people that go through the internship program with us. Last but not the least, employability skills. So what we're going to do for you is we'll also do a one-on-one CV revamp and review. So we'll help you review your CV and revamp it. So some of you don't even have a CV or you don't have a good CV. We'll help you revamp and review your CV. One-on-one LinkedIn optimization, one-on-one mentorship. So we understand where you're coming from and we provide mentors that would mentor you. Number 4, career coaching. So you have that one-on-one career coaching. This is what I want to become. This is what I want to get myself into. What can I do? And so on and so forth. Interview preparation. And last but not the least, job reference. We'll give you that job reference. So when you apply for a job next time, and you don't know what organization to put on your CV to get a reference, you can put Amdari as a work reference. So you can tell them, you can claim work experience from Amdari, okay? Where you can put on your CV that you're currently working as a data engineer with Amdari, you're currently working as a data scientist, data engineer, data analyst, whatever the career path you're interested in, and you can put it on your CV that you're doing this, and you can use it to apply for jobs. So when they ask for reference, we'll provide you a work reference that would be used in helping you get that job. So that's basically the case. So we have a course starting on the 16th of November, 2024. We have a course starting next month, the 16th of November. So as at last week, we're only taking 15 people. So we have people that have registered already for some of the programs. So for data analysts, we only have 10 slots remaining. For data scientists, we have only 13 slots remaining. For data engineering, we have 15 slots remaining. Okay, we have 15 slots remaining. So that's the situation at the moment. Okay, so if you're interested in any of this career path, I would want you to secure your space as soon as possible. All right. So if you're outside the country, I would say you should go for the international package. You should go for international package. So the original fee for the international package, which we have under the Canada UK experience. Okay. So if you have anybody in the UK or Canada that lacks experience in any of this, and wants to go into any of this career path but lacks the experience, I would say you should recommend them. So where they can get actual hands-on experience and they can put it on their CV, they're working with an international firm and use that to get in their first job. Okay, that's exactly where we come in. So the original price is $400. Okay, but we're doing a 25% discount, which will give you $300. Now, this is not for everybody. This is only for the first 10 people for data analysts, only for 13 data scientists and 15 data engineers. So the discount price is $300. If you're in Nigeria at the moment and you're looking to also you're interested in getting started, I would say you should grab your copy now. It's 300,000 naira. Okay, you also get that 25% discount. So you get international work reference. Both of you get international work reference. The only difference is that of the international experience, it's valid for 2 years. So even in 2 years, you can keep asking for reference and we keep giving you for 2 years in the 2 year period. For Nigeria experience, you only have 1 year in order for you to get that work reference. Okay, all right. So that's okay. You get everything else, work experience, access to a remote job board, exclusive remote job board. You get access to it. Where rather than you going on LinkedIn, Jobber, or you're going to different applications to go and look for a remote job, what we have done is to pull all these remote sites, all these remote opportunities into one central location. Okay, into one central location, a remote job board that's available, exclusive, just you, not to the public, exclusive to you. Okay, so if you're interested, this is the experience that you're looking for. This is the platform you're looking for to getting started. So this is work experience guaranteed that helps you get that work experience that you need in getting your first job within the tech space. So if you're excited about this, I want you to take advantage of the discount and register now. So actual real life projects, working with real life businesses to solve real life situations, and then you can use that in your experience. So click here to pay with Mainstack. Click here to pay with Mainstack. So I'll just walk you through it in a few seconds. So once you click on the link that is being sent to the chat, so then you see my team members, Tomiwa is currently sending it to the chat. Okay, so once you click on it, it's going to be looking at your location. It's default to your location, so you'll see it in USD. So you can either do a one-time payment or a 2 monthly installment payment. So you could do a one-time payment or a 2 monthly installment payment. You could do it 1 or 2 months. So the 2 months, which is going to be more convenient for most people, click on 2 months, secure internship. Okay, and you see it here. 150 is due today and 150 is due in November. So 1 month, you have at least 1 month to pay for the second installment. And once you click on proceed, it takes you to where you can initiate your payment. So you can put in your name, your email, and your phone number and pay for the product. And it's as simple as that, okay? And it is as simple as that. So in the same vein, if you click on the link, if you're in Nigeria at the moment, or you want to pay in Naira, you wish to pay in Naira, all you need to do is click from the USD, search for Naira, Nigeria, okay? So once you see the button up here, okay? You see the button up here, search for Nigeria, okay? You see Naira, and you see it in Naira. Okay, so you want to pay in Naira, just click the drop down, search for Nigeria, click on Naira, and you see it in Naira. So one-time payment is 300,000 Naira, and 2 monthly installments. So you can do 150 every month. So secure internship, you pay 150,000 this month, and you pay 150,000 the next month. Okay, you pay monthly in the next month. So currently we only have 2 installments. We don't have 3 installments, unfortunately. That's just a situation at the moment. Okay, so that's how you secure your discount. So once you click on the link, make your payment. Once you make your payment, click on the second link, okay, that would take you to fill in the form. So once you've made your payment, all you need to do is fill this form. So first name, last name, registered email, country of residence, so that we can easily, fine tune you with relevant work experience in order for you to get you started, current status, and your phone number with the country code. So once you do that, you put in your information, you attach the screenshot of your payment details. That's all that matters, okay? So all the internship is going to be between 3 to 6 months, okay, depending on you. Okay, depending on you, the individual. So internship, you can either think you want to do a 3 month or a 6 month internship. It's up to you. They're all within the same price. Okay, so that's the reason why we have it there. So the internship program is between 3 to 6 months. Yeah, I hope that answers your question. So remember, it's limited slots that we have available. So if you're looking to get that work experience, so the only thing that you're looking for is work experience. You'll spend the last 2 years learning, going on Udemy to buy course. So all the courses on Udemy, you have it. All the influencers on YouTube, you have them with your speed dial. Okay? But the key thing is these guys can't guarantee you work experience. They can't give you the experience that you need to get your first job. So if you go for an interview and they ask you a question, tell me about a time you have solved a critical business problem. How do you answer that? How do you answer that question, that puzzling question? How do you answer it? Do you understand what I mean? So that's exactly where we come in. That's where we come in to give you that experience that you need to get in your first job. Okay, so the discount is only available for the first 15 people. So from the last session we had last week, we have 5 people that have registered for data analytics. So we are only accepting 15 people. We're not looking for a lot of people. We're only accepting 15 people. So if you want to take the advantage of the discount, I would say you should take advantage of it as soon as possible. ASAP. Okay, so without wasting too much time, I'm going to show you our website. So, and I'll take questions after that. I'll take questions after. So all you need to do today is I would want you to go to the website. It is www.amdari.io. Amdari.io. And let me show you some of the perks you get also in the same vein. So you see, Amdari.io, we also have self-paced projects that you can work on. Self-paced projects that you cannot get anywhere else on the planet is literally unique to our platform. So you see here, when you go to explore, you see data scientists, data analysts, and data engineering. These are projects that you can work on. So if I click on, I want to work on projects, okay? I want project experience, project-based experience. So if I scroll down, you see you have data science project, data analytics project, and data engineering projects. So you get full access to all these projects, even going through the one that I talked about earlier. Once you pay for the training program, you also get access to all these materials, okay? Now, let me show you. Say you're interested in, say, data science project, all right? Data science projects. I'm going to see all projects. Give me a second, view projects, okay? Data science project. Just go to scroll down, and I would select data customer analyst, okay? So all projects, you see all projects here, and I'll click on data science, okay? I'll click on data science project. So you see these are projects that you can also work on at your own pace, okay? Self-paced projects. So once you pay, you get access to all these projects for free, okay? So a machine learning approach to network intrusion. This is based on a cybersecurity case study. Jury pricing optimization with machine learning, pricing data to refine pricing strategy, cryptocurrency price forecast, ML2, game churn prediction, long-term investor detection, computer vision, sentiment analysis, and so many other projects. You see a lot of projects in here. Take your time to take a look at this, but ensure that you're not wasting time because you're only accepting 10 people, 15 people rather. So let's take, for example, long-term investor detection with machine learning. So this is an actual case study. This is an actual case study. When you take a look at this, okay, you take a look at this, the business overview, due to their efficient operation, operations team, Elite Bank has enjoyed quite a bit of success with their clients in recent years. But if you don't want to read this, you can actually watch the video. You can watch the video description of the project itself. So this is investment banking, detecting and attracting term depositors in the banking sector. So it basically walks you through the project itself, what the business problem is. We aim to harness machine learning to detect and attract the most promising long-term investors, transforming how we engage our clientele. So what tools are you going to be using for this project? You're going to be using Python, NumPy, Seaborn, Matplotlib, Scikit-learn, Pandas, and so on and so forth. You'll get to build your own machine learning algorithms and all that. So basically, that's what you have here. So I'm going to click on start now. Let's say I'm interested in this project and I want to work on this project. Okay, this is exactly what you have. You can download the data set, bank marketing data set, data dictionary, and your notebook. You have the data that you'll be using for the project. So you see, you also have the self-paced solution to those projects. You have the self-paced solutions to the project. So if I'm going to be doing this now, I just came to data understanding number 10. So let me play this for you so you can watch it. We can watch it together. So you see, you have an instructor that is going to be walking you through the solution to the project itself. So you see implications to EDA results, data preparation, data modeling, data model evaluation one, parameter tuning, optimization, model evaluation, and final recommendation. So all the things that you need to learn, in order for you to create a solution to that business, that's exactly what you're going to be working on. Okay, so you can see the solutions to that particular case study. You can see the solutions to the case study. And guess what? We have a lot of case studies in there that you can actually get to work with. Okay, you have a lot of case studies that you can actually get to work on. So once you create an account, you click on project. You can see create a learning plan. So you have 3 learning plans you can create. So take, for example, create your personalized learning plan. I click on next. So I want to work on data analytics project. Let's say data analyst project. I'm going to click on next. What project level are you interested in? Let's say I'm interested in intermediate level project in data analytics. Click on next. I want to work on projects in Power BI, Tableau. I want to work on projects in, let's say, R and SQL. Let's just say these are the projects I want to work on. And maybe Excel. Let me take Excel. So you say Excel here. I'm going to take Excel. And that's it. I click on next. What industries do you want to get experience in? I want to work on projects in logistics, healthcare, entertainment, and general. Okay, I'll click on submit and authenticated. Okay, and that's basically it. So based off the questions that you asked, you can actually build your own personalized learning plan. Okay, you can build your own personalized learning plan. Now, this is not the self-paced. This is not the kind of business cases that you're going to be working on. This is an add-on. Okay, so at your own pace, you can still work on more projects. Okay, so the internship aspect is quite different from this, and that's the Rave by Amdari. Rave by Amdari. So that's exactly what we are offering you today. So once you get accepted into the Rave by Amdari internship, you get access to all those projects for free. You get access to all the projects for free. Okay, so remember, the discount is only available for the next 10-15 people. So 10 for data analysts, 13 data scientists, and 15 data engineers. Okay, so I think this is what I'm going to call it today, guys. I think we've had a wonderful day. Give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed yourself so far. This is what I'm going to call it today, guys. So please, if you need access to all the materials, all the things that we discussed in today's session, please fill the attendance form and let's get started. All right, so take advantage of the discount also. So I'm going to take a few questions. I can see some people raising up their hands, so I'm going to take some few questions. Okay. I'm going to start off with Adeoye Samson. Adeoye Samson. Do you want to unmute yourself and ask a question real quick, please? Adeoye Samson. Do you want to unmute yourself and get started? Okay, so I'm going to take Jude. Jude Idenia. Jude Idenia. Do you want to ask a question real quick? Okay. I'm going to take somebody else. Let me see the chat. I think some people have put a message. Can a newbie apply for the internship? Abiola, yes, you can. We'll provide you with support materials that you can use to get started. But likely you will still need to do a tad bit more than people that have learned something in the past. Okay. Okay, so let me take somebody else. I'm going to take a random person since everybody's not answering a question.
Hello, yes, I can ask my question now.
Okay, Jude, yeah,
can I ask my question now?
Yes, right. Please.
Okay, my question is, I wanted to know, I don't have any background in tech, although I've been interested in data analysis for a while now. But I've just been looking for opportunity like this one where I can start. But this is more of an internship. For someone like me that does not even have any knowledge, no idea at all, how do I start? Is this program for me?
For you that have not learned anything in data analytics and you're looking to get it started,
Yes.
um, in as much as I would recommend it, it's going to be, you would have to do a lot of work. Okay. You would have to do quite a number of work. So you need to learn first. So the learning aspect, you can go on YouTube, you can go on Udemy. We'll provide you with materials and resources that you could use that are free, that you could actually get to work
Okay.
with. Okay, so what we'll do here is provide you with that internship experience so you can learn and also work on this project at the same time. So if you're looking at getting started, I would say yes, 100%. But I'll tell you, it will require you to do it a bit more than somebody that has learned before and is just looking for looking for work experience. So for you, you will need to. I will provide you with the materials, the
Okay.
resources. You can go on Udemy, you can go on what do you call it on YouTube to learn all this is for yourself. But the key hands-on experience will give it to you. Does that make sense?
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Also, good. Looking forward to having you on board. Yeah. Thanks.
Good
Appreciate it.
good evening, sir. Can I use my question?
Oh, Rubide, yes, Apata. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, thanks so much. I really appreciate the way you decipher all the stuff from data analysis, from data analyst to data science to data engineer. I really appreciate that.
Awesome.
I have some experience already. I've learned data science with Siva, and I've gotten experience from two internships like that. But I'm not that good in industry related experience. So
Hmm.
this was so tailored to what I expected. But the thing is that I want to ask that can we get recommendation after the internship so we can easily get land a role in tech, maybe an entry level.
So if you're going to be landing a job, Olumide, I'll tell you for free that you shouldn't be looking for entry level role after the internship. The interview will give you that in entry level experience that you need to get started. So we're going to give you recommendation, no doubt about that. It's part of the package. So you see here, you get the LinkedIn recommendation from us. At the end of the internship, also you also get access to a job reference and a job recommendation letter. Okay, to boost your application process. So yes, 100%. In the same vein, you get access to an exclusive job board. Okay, so once you create your profile, you make payments, you create your profile. You see, we have a job board here. Okay, that you have exclusive access to the job board. I don't know if this makes sense. So we have a job board that is only fully for remote opportunities. So what we have done is we've gone on LinkedIn, we've gone on remote.co, we have gone on Flex Jobs, we've gone on quite a number of job sites that offer remote jobs, and we're getting constant flow, daily flow of remote opportunities across the world. So if you're looking at getting started, you get access to the recommendation letter, LinkedIn recommendation, and also access to the remote exclusive. It's not general. It's not for the public. This is for you going through Amdari. So you're going to be looking for opportunities. You're not just going to be looking at full time entry level. You're going to be looking for full time roles where you can actually earn significantly more than an entry level role. Does that make sense?
Oh,
Yeah.
exactly. Thank you so much.
Yeah. The experience that you need to get started is what we'll provide you with in order for you to get started. So we're not preparing you to get an entry level job. We're preparing you to get like a full time data analyst, data scientist. Okay. And we're looking at partnering with different organizations. We currently have business partners at the moment where you can also get opportunities to work in. Okay. And we're looking for more robust where we can actually bring in recruiters for different tech firms across the world, bring them on board, to listen to your solution and then get you selected from there. So it's going to be very, very insightful. It's good. Is a total package that we have on board at the moment. Okay. All right. Any other person with any other question? Any other question? Let me see. Let me see. Let me
Yes,
see.
please, I have a question.
I think I'm the first that raised my hand. Oh.
Oh, Larry, why do you know we're not? Okay, let me take. Who spoke first? Emmanuel. Emmanuel, was he? Who spoke first? Sorry.
I
Okay.
have Olayinka here. I have a question.
Laika. Yeah, Laika, let me take you first. Yes.
Hello. Thank you for this wonderful presentation. I'm an alumni. Last year, September, from Analytics.
Okay.
So I'm in school. I'll finish my program by December. I want to do an intern. Though I've discussed with Adeze, and he said I can join intern with Amadri. Though the internship will start by January 2025. And I just want to ask how is the process will be like, how to join.
Don't worry, if that's the case, the partnership, so we have partnership with not just with Analytics, we have partnership with other training firms. Okay, they are currently training and they are doing this. So the training firm will be the one to provide you with information about that. So for Analytics, for example, we'll provide you with those information. Does that make sense? So at the
For
time,
Analytics.
yes, we'll provide you with those information.
So
Okay.
please, who can I contact?
So you said you were there in 2020, what?
Second,
2023?
yes, September, yes.
Oh, okay. I would let me just take down your name and
Okay.
I'm coming. Just give me a second. Then I would. You said you spoke to Adiz already, yeah?
Yes, yes, I have one-on-one with Adeza.
Okay. Is it 2023 or 2024?
For this one-on-one.
Yes.
Yes, this I think it was last month, yes. When you
Okay.
guys did a program where you can talk to Adeze.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that time, yes.
Okay. All right. I'll speak to Adiz and I'll get back
Okay.
to you on that. Okay.
All right, please, I'll be expecting feedback. How will you get my, if you get my name, you can get
Okay,
my email address, right?
attendance. Did you fill the attendance?
Attendance. No, I didn't say attendance, no.
Oh, okay. That's why we need the attendance so that we can
I didn't
reach
see
out.
the link.
Oh,
Can
okay.
Tomi
Okay.
send the link?
Okay, I'll just I would tell my guys. So Noah is going to drop the link now, so you could just feel. You can see Noah has dropped the thanks. So
Okay.
click on the link there and register.
Okay.
Also, I'll reach out to you. Okay.
Okay,
Thank
thank you. Thank you.
you.
Uh,
All right. So let me take Olari Waju next. Olori Shola.
All right, Femina, good to see you and hear from you again.
Thank you very much.
I asked at the beginning, what happens to business analysts? Because I've been
Okay.
waiting for this from Tenalytics, and now you don't have anything for business analysts.
So that's going to be started. The partnership, like I said, we have partnership with businesses at the moment, and
Mhm.
currently, the businesses that we have partnered with are majorly within the data and cybersecurity space. So we have cybersecurity, data analytics, data science, data engineering, HR, and financial analytics. So these are the six. So what we're looking at is use the remaining part of this year to partner with businesses where we can offer the same service for them to solve their business problems. So project management, business analysis is going to be next year, January. Well, you can register, you can secure your space for
Mhm.
that same opportunity next year. So it's going to be starting January 2025. Okay. So
Okay.
if you
Mhm.
feel that once you pay and you feel, once you click on the link here, once you pay and you click on the registration link, this is
Mhm.
how you can select when you're ready to start. So if you put in all the right information, put in your number, click on next. Okay. You
Mhm.
say you see here, you would okay, there's business analysis, you see it here, 2025, January 2025. You put your screenshot and you click on next, okay? And that's you can go ahead to select. So you see, when do you intend to start the internship? You can start in January 2025. So it's going to be started on the 11th of January 2025. Does that make sense?
Definitely.
Yeah. So for business analysis, yes,
Mhm.
you can start. For project management, the same thing. It's
Okay.
going to be 11th of January 2025.
Okay. That sounds good. So, are we going to have another session before then?
Oh, yeah, we're going to have multiple sessions. Multiple sessions. Yeah.
All right. I'll be looking forward to that. And then last question. I'm Dari, right?
Yes.
Is okay, so like when I view Analytics website, it actually states that it's a training institution.
Yes.
So, and I'm very
Conscious.
okay. So yeah, conscious of putting that on my CV. Like, okay, so it's training. You actually went for training, right? I'm Dari. Is it training or is it company?
No, it's a work experience. So you see, getting work experience by working on real world projects. So
Yes,
it's
but
not
the
anything.
website, what does it say? Like, is it a training institution as well, or is it a company? So, like, if employers are looking at it, or maybe you put me through that. I don't know how to explain that. If I put a training institution on my
No, you're not going
resume
to.
on LinkedIn, yeah.
You are working with Amdare. You're not
Mhm.
training with Amdare. You're working with Amdare. So on your profile, if it's business analyst, you become business analyst consultant or
Mhm.
project manager or consulting project manager or
Mhm.
whatever you want to be. So you're not going to, it's not you're not learning. It's not a training firm. So if you check anywhere on the website, there is
Mhm.
no place you see training or
Okay.
learning. So it's going to be gain work experience by already working on real world projects. All right. So anywhere, gain what real experience by working on different projects. If you click on Read by Amdari, you see the only platform that guarantees real world experience through real life projects. Okay, accelerate your career through real life projects and virtual internship, so on and so forth. So it shows that you're working. So probably you got a job training internship or you're working on projects for Amdari. Do you understand? So it doesn't show anywhere that you're learning or you are training or anything like that. Does
Okay.
that make sense? Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you.
Yes. Awesome. 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 Love that. So thanks a lot for that. Olariwaju, correct? Is that the first name or last name?
That's my first name.
Okay, okay. Thanks a lot for that. I'm going to take other questions in the next 8 minutes and I can call it a day. So if you have any question, I've called several people and they don't answer me. So I'm going to be, anybody wants to go next? Raymond, go
Yeah.
ahead, please.
Okay. Good evening, sir.
Yes,
Can you hear?
good evening.
Thank you for
100%.
this. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity. Please, my question and concerns are, like somebody rightly said, you are not a training organization, but rather to be a career path. Now, if I register now and I am not strong, or maybe a newbie or a beginner, how do you now walk me through in this internship to have this capacity to be suitable for jobs? Take for instance, I want to do data science. How do I, on my own, I don't have the I don't have the knowledge. How do I gain the knowledge through this platform while still going through this internship, sir?
So that's exactly what I was explaining to the guy, one of the people that asked the question. So if you've not learned before, looking at using this as a learning platform and also experience platform, you would have to do more. Okay, you would have to do a tad bit more. So what the best we can do is provide you with the materials, the resources you can use to solve the problem. Okay, so if you have like the Power BI, if you're good for data science, you're good for data science, and you've never programmed before, you've never done Python before, you can't start solving problems. Okay, and that's the reason why you need to do the training aspect first. You need to go through training first. You can go on YouTube, you can go on Udemy, you can go on any platform to go learn. Any platform, we don't care where you go to learn. The key thing is when you come here, we're also going to help you with material that you can use to solve the business case, the business problem. Okay, you're going to do it by yourself. The resources are just there for you to be able to work by, to guide you essentially. And every team is assigned a mentor, a coach that will literally hold your hands. But we can't teach you Python. Okay, we are not coming here to teach you Python or to teach you how to code or how to what's machine learning. Can we define machine learning? No, nobody's going to do that for you here. This is work experience. You working on real life projects to get you what you're looking for. Okay, does that make
Okay.
sense? I would say
Yeah.
Raymond, you might want to go and spend the next couple of weeks um, on Udemy courses, on Coursera courses, learn as much as you can. Learning will not get you what you're looking for. That's the reason why you have a platform like this that would always be available to give you that work experience that you need. Does that make sense?
Yeah, thank you very much. Then the last part is now coming to the payment now. The discount for the naira, that is where we now have the 300,000, or on the 300,000, you're still going to give a discount. And then you are saying, from what if I heard you correctly, it's like two times, it's on two installments. Can it be broken down to on based on concession, or like okay on three times installment for some of us that are in Nigeria? What would that be?
So yeah, at the moment we can't. We're only doing two installments. We only do two installments, no more than two installments. That's just what works for us at the moment. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Appreciate it. Raymond, you would have.
Yeah.
Yes, good.
Before you on the two installments, sorry sir, on the two
Hello.
installments, is somebody allowed to make okay first installment 100,000, then the last installment 200,000? Is that allowed?
Okay, we can take. I'll take down your name. Okay. Did you fill the attendance?
Yeah, I fill the form that there is not attendance, but they will please I fill the form, my email address and my what I'm interested in, when to start. I think I fill the form like that. But I don't know if that is the attendance.
Yes, that's the attendance. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Okay. All right. So if you've not done data science before and you want to start in data analytics, we can have a call around that to see how you can start. Maybe do data analytics before you start to delve into data science. Okay. So
I have done data analytics before. I've done data analytics and on Python, and I've done Power BI, but part of Excel. But on visualization, I'm not. I need a guide and a mentor to have a beautiful visualization, which I have not probably done on Python.
okay. All right. That's fine. We can have a call tomorrow. We can definitely have a call. All right. So
All right.
tomorrow just drop the calendar link in there for you to book a one-on-one session. So we can have a one-on-one call sometimes tomorrow or next week, whatever works for you. So Raymond, you could also just click on the calendar link there to book a one-on-one session. All right.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right. Awesome. Thank you very much for that. Dorcas, do you want to go out? Go ahead, please. Ades, Dorcas, do you want to go ahead? I know you were speaking the other time.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, my question is I wanted to ask concerning the data engineer track. So because had I just had my associate data engineer from data camp. So, and I've been in search of a place where I can get internship knowledge. So, but the link to the website, I clicked on it, but it's not coming up on my system. I don't know why. And the
Okay.
question I wanted to ask is for someone like me that have gotten this knowledge before. So do I also need to pay this 300,000?
Yes. So everybody gets the resources. You're a beginner, you have learned, you have not learned, everybody get access to the resources. Okay? So it's not exclusive to just beginners or people that have learned training before. Everybody get access to the resources. What you're paying for is that work experience. The project, you're working on projects that you're going to use in getting your first job. That's the key thing. All right. So take for example, once you make your payment, you get access to a pool of over 40 projects in data engineering, self-paced, that you can work on by yourself. So if you take a look at the link I sent to you, so for the link, all you need to do is go to www, that's three W's, dot amdari, amdari.io. Okay, so it's www.amdari.io. So I'm going to press enter, and you see this is the website here. Okay, so I'm going to copy the link again for you, just for you, to click on to check by yourself. So that's the link. All right. So once you go to Amdari.io, okay, I'm going to go to career paths, data engineering. So give me a second. Explore the career
Okay.
path, data engineering, and I'm going to click on all projects. This will give you access to all the projects. So you see telecom data revolution, building an ETL pipeline and data warehouse with MAGE and GCP. Insightful manufacturing, transforming data into financial and risk insights with AWS. Automated scalable workflows, AWS CDK and Lambda. Cloud analytics, batch processing, data dynamics, agile analytics. So there are quite a number of projects here that you can actually work on by yourself. But in the same vein, you also get access to the Rave by Amdari. So once you are interested in data science, data engineering, like you said, you also get access to the project-based one that we talked about, where it's going to be you assigned to a team and a project is given to each of the team, then you are working on the thing. So you're getting way more paying for the same amount of money. Do you understand? So there's no extra discount to get you what you're looking for. Okay, Dorcas. All right. Thank you very much, Dorcas. I hope that answers your question. All right. So, guys, what I'll do is I think we could just book a one-on-one session if you have further questions, and I'll be happy to take your questions. If there are no time slots for tomorrow, you can book for next week. There are times available for next week that you can book. All right. Booked for Monday. Fantastic. For Monday and 1st of November. Tamara, just book for one day. That's all you need to do. So
Okay.
we had
Okay.
yes. All right. So Tamara, you just need to book for one day. That's all. So once you book for a day, we had a session on Monday already. We had a session for the guys on Monday. So once you click on the Calendly link, it takes you to this Calendly session, and you can easily book. So we have a session coming up tomorrow. We have another one on Monday, and next week Friday. We'll likely have more next week. We'll see how that works out. So, and that's the situation and more. So if you're looking at getting started, getting that work experience, UK experience, Canada experience to get to your first job. So everybody gets that international experience. So if you're in Nigeria to get that international experience that you can use to boost your application process, this is the best time to get started. Best time to get started. Okay, so we are 2 hours plus into the session, and this is where I'm going to call it a day. All right, so if you're looking to get started, I'll say secure. We only have very limited slots, okay, because of how personalized the learning experience is going to be for you. We are not accepting a lot of people. So if you know anybody that is willing to get started, you or your friend want to join, you and your friend wants to join to learn, I would say join now. 12 of you learn together, build that experience that you need, access to a remote job board, portfolio builder, access to employability session, would help you review your CV, LinkedIn profile. We are not accepting a lot of people. So if you're looking at getting started, I would say get started now and let's build your experience in getting started. Thank you very much, guys. And this is where I'm going to call it a day. So take advantage of the discount and let's get started. All right. If you had a wonderful day, I would say you should give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up if okay, fantastic. Okay. I had a wonderful time also, and I'm looking forward to having you guys on board. Project-based experience, work experience, if you're looking to get in that, this is the best place to get started. So thank you very much. My name remains Ifemena Ipro, and I am that person, go-to person for you to get started in the tech space. Thank you, and cheers for now. Bye for now.